Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone we have joining here today. My name is Ada Rodriguez, and I am one of the enrollment representatives here at Coursera. Thank you so much for joining our Career Mobility with Business Master's Degree webinar today. I'll give people just a few minutes to get settled and we'll get started. Already, great. Today, we will be talking about the benefits of an online business degree, careers, and also get a chance to hear from a range of global experts in various business industries. We are so excited for the opportunity to be joined by the university representatives from the University of Illinois, Illinois Institute of Technology, and the University of Huddersfield. All three of these universities offer master's degree programs that are hosted 100% online in partnership with Coursera. I would also like to introduce my co-host for today, Sarah Trail. Sarah, please feel free to come off mute and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar today. I am also an enrollment representative here at Coursera. I've been here for 3 years and I've worked in higher ed for over 16. And I'm thrilled to join you today, Ada, as a co-host. Thank you so much. And I look forward to our conversation.
Thank you so very much, Sarah. Well, we have a ton of great material for you all today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
As a reminder, this webinar is being recorded and will be shared out afterwards. Throughout the session, please feel free to utilize the Q&A box as the chat function will be turned off. If you do have a question for a specific program, please make sure to note that in your question so we can direct your response appropriately. Thank you.
Great. Now, here's a look at today's agenda. We will begin with a brief discussion about the business industry, AI in business, overall themes, careers, and a quick touch on business degrees for the non-business major. Then we will hear from each of our three university professors, followed by a panel discussion. To close out, we will have some final information about business master's degrees on Coursera and how you can get in touch with an enrollment representative to learn more about each of these top online programs. Before we jump in, we have a quick survey. Question: are you considering a degree? I'll give you a couple minutes to respond. Let's have some fun. Whoa, we have a fantastic result. Looks like more than half of the percentage is interested in looking for a degree. That's fantastic news. You're in the right spot. Absolutely. Now we have one quick question, follow-up question. Are you currently employed? Go ahead and let us know. Fantastic. Looks like 65% of you guys are working full-time. Now, lastly, if you answered yes to the last question, can you tell us what industry you're in? As we'll see in just a bit, business degrees can be valuable in any industry, so please let us know. We have a lot of individuals in the technology software industry. We have industry in finance, accounting, healthcare, marketing, and others. Fantastic. Thank you for participating.
Thanks for sharing those answers. Now, let's dive in with the business degree and industry trends overview. A business degree signals more than just industry knowledge. It reflects strategic thinking, problem solving, and leadership potential. These skills are highly transferable, making a business degree valuable across roles and industries. As we saw earlier, our audience today comes from a range of industries, indicating just how flexible and applicable business degrees can be. Let's take a look at the numbers on the screen. While there are currently 928,000 job openings that require a master's degree, only 26% of business professionals have one. This means a business master's might be your competitive advantage.
Now, as an enrollment representative, one of the main problems I hear from learners is their inability to afford higher education. Many learners are interested in pursuing a degree, as you can see on the screen. 80% of working adults are indeed interested in going back to school. However, only 40% realize their employer offers tuition reimbursement. To take it a step further, only 2% of employees actually participate in this type of employer reimbursement. So, are you a part of the 80% interested in a degree? A simple ask to your HR department might be the only thing standing in your way.
So, what types of careers are we working towards with a business master's degree? Here are the top four fastest growing roles in business fields: financial managers, management analysts, HR specialists, and accountants or auditors are all fields that greatly value advanced degrees. Not seeing your dream role on the screen? Focus on skills instead. In terms of specialized skills, employers have noted they are interested in project management, data analysis, and marketing. For soft skills, most jobs commonly list communication, management, leadership, research, and operations.
Now, AI is a growing buzzword that intertwines every industry. Although we will hear more about AI in business in just a bit, we wanted to touch on it here briefly. There are thousands of open business related jobs in the US that require AI related skills. However, 3 out of 4 employers who consider AI a priority say they are struggling to find the talent they need. Developing these skills and furthering your education could be your ticket to making yourself appealing to these employers who are aiming to hire. There are multiple business degrees on Coursera that have an AI focus. Most recently, the IMBA and IMSA from Geese College of Business, which have included AI courses in their curriculum. To learn more about these, click the link in the chat. To pivot a bit, we wanted to share some online degree stats with you all. In a study done by the National Association of Colleges and Employers, 87.4% of employers hired new graduates with an online degree in 2024. To top that off, 100% of those employers paid online degrees hires the same starting salary as a traditional graduate. Meaning, as an online degree student, it is not only more and more common to find employment post-grad, but in terms of pay parity, you will more likely be compensated the same as a traditional in-person graduate.
Speaking of employers, there's a lot of talk about business degrees as they relate to standard business industries. However, as we mentioned earlier, business degrees are extremely versatile. Ishpinder Kali is a recent graduate of the Gies School of Business's IMBA. Despite already having multiple STEM degrees under her belt, she went back to school one more time. Let's listen to her story.
So my name is Ishpinder Keli. I have over 20 years of experience helping
Wow.
organizations improve their work, manage people, and grow through change. I hold a PhD in physical chemistry. I got that degree from it's a collaboration with Indian University and Osaka City University, Japan. I have
Wow.
three masters. First master's in organic synthesis, second in engineering, civil, but specialization is environmental engineering from University of Calgary, Canada. And now third master's MBA from Gies College of Business, UIUC. And I graduated with a 3.94 GPA. Because I always considered myself like I'm really good at technology, but I'm missing something on the business side. The time was right because I had experience from I think, one of the biggest energy technology company, and I wanted to pivot my career as well. This program has been foundational in helping me reimagine what's possible, not just for me, but also for, say, SME clients we aim to serve with our consulting firm. What I wanted to demonstrate resilience to my daughters and expand my ability to create a meaningful impact in the business world. So, with this degree, I have gained the confidence, knowledge, and tools to co found my business and lead from the front. And without trying, how will you know the difficulty level of that thing? If you're not trying, you're already a failure. So I returned to study during one of the hardest chapters of my life, not just to grow professionally, but to lead by example for my daughters. I wanted to tell them that if I can do it, why can't you?
Thank you so much for staying with us during the first portion of our presentation. Up next, we have Dr. Robert Brunner, Chief Disruption Officer from the University of Illinois, Gies College of Business, to present a bit more about AI in business. Dr. Brunner, whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Sarah. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here today. You can see my formal bio on the screen, so I won't go through that line by line, but let me share something a little more personal, something that doesn't show up on the bio. I've never had a conventional career path. I started in astrophysics, exploring galaxies and black holes, then moved into supercomputing and data science, and today I teach in a business school. That may sound like an odd trajectory. I know when I stop and think about it, it does. But the thread through all of it has been the same. I'm interested in what you might call systems, how they work, and most importantly, how we can use data and technology to improve our understanding of them. And now, as Chief Disruption Officer here at Gies, my role is to help our college look ahead, not to predict the future, but to prepare for it. That's what brings me to the first course I want to talk about today, AI in Business. We created AI in Business for MBA students, working professionals who need to understand AI, not at a code level, but at a strategic level. This course is divided into two parts. In the first part, we build a foundation. We talk about where AI came from, how it works, and foundational techniques like classification, regression, deep learning, and generative models. We also look closely at issues of bias, ethics, and fairness because those are central to deploying AI responsibly in any organization. And we take time to explore the future of AI, from narrow systems like we see today to broader, more capable models, and even artificial general intelligence or superintelligence. These aren't abstract discussions, they're about leadership. How do we act when the technology outpaces the regulation? Or when the tools like ChatGPT we use carry built-in risks? Now, in the second part of the course, we get into real-world application areas, things like AI infrastructure. You might think hardware, data, and cloud platforms. We talk about AI in robotics and AI in autonomous systems. And we talk about AI in critical business areas like finance, marketing, HR, supply chain, and manufacturing. The goal here isn't to make you a machine learning engineer. It's to help you become someone who can ask smart questions, lead with confidence, and spot both the opportunities and the risks. Now, let's be honest, and this is a common refrain for students in this class. AI isn't just exciting. It certainly is that, but it's also rather unsettling. And the most common question I hear from students and others is, what does AI mean for my job? But it doesn't stop there. What does AI mean for my career path, for my team, for the roles I'll be hiring in the next 5 to 10 years? Or even more broadly, and this was actually a topic of conversation during our most recent class, what does it mean for my kids who are just starting to think about careers in a world where AI is everywhere? That uncertainty is real, and it's not just technical, it's very personal. Some jobs will change dramatically, some will disappear, many will require reskilling. The tools we rely on, the decisions we make, the way we communicate, all of it is being reshaped, changed. But here's the good news. The best response isn't fear, it's fluency. The best way to future-proof your career is to engage with these technologies, understand how they work, know their limits, and learn how to use them to create value. That's why this course, and really the broader MBA experience, is so critical. It gives you the knowledge and confidence to lead in a world where the pace of change is only accelerating. Can you do next slide? Now, AI in business is just the first step. If you're interested in going further, I also teach 2 additional courses that stack onto this one and expand the horizon. And the Geese iDegree programs offer others as well. The first I teach is called Emerging Technology and Disruption. In that course, we step back and look at the broader landscape. We explore technologies like spatial computing. You should think about augmented reality and mixed reality. Synthetic biology, which is changing what's possible in medicine and agriculture. Advanced energy systems that are powering sustainable growth. Quantum computing, which could unlock entirely new capabilities. And even space commercialization, which is becoming increasingly relevant to supply chains and global connectivity. What's important is that we don't study these technologies in isolation. We look at how they intersect. How AI, for example, enables better bioengineering, or how quantum algorithms could transform AI. The second course covers blockchain and their impact on business and society. And here we go beyond cryptocurrencies to explore how distributed technologies are changing business fundamentals around identity, governance, trust, and transactions. These changes aren't theoretical, they're already happening, and they'll affect every sector from finance and logistics to education and government public policy. And again, AI is embedded throughout these conversations because what we're seeing isn't just one disruption due to AI, it's a convergence of disruptions from AI and all of these other technologies and their interplay. So let me zoom out for a moment. Generative AI gets a lot of attention, and for good reason. Tools like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini can now simulate a level of human reasoning that was unimaginable just a few years ago. But generative AI is just one piece of the puzzle. When you combine it with robotics that can act on those decisions, spatial computing that can visualize data in real-world environments, and quantum computing that may solve problems faster than any classical system, you're looking at a transformation that cuts across every industry. Disruption won't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it's a small workflow change, a new startup that does something better, a new standard that emerges quietly, but upends how we operate. As leaders, our job isn't to chase every trend, it's to understand the shifts that matter, evaluate them with discipline, and prepare to act when the moment is right. Now, let me leave you with this. You don't need to be a data scientist, but you do need to understand the implications of these technologies. You need to evaluate tools and teams, make strategic decisions, and know how to communicate across functions. And most importantly, you need to keep learning, because in this environment, learning isn't a side project, it's a leadership skill. Our courses are built to support that, not just to give you knowledge, but to help you develop judgment and the ability to thrive in times of uncertainty. Thanks again for spending a few minutes with me. I hope to see you in class.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Brunner. Before we move on to our next keynote speaker, I would like to briefly share some of the degree information associated with the Gies College of Business. The first 100% online degree program is the IMBA. This degree program boasts a career-first curriculum and allows for performance-based admissions, making gaining acceptance that much simpler. There are also courses on Coursera that stack into this program for credit. So you might already have credit for this degree with your Coursera Plus membership. The other benefit of this degree program, as well as all of the degree programs from Gies, is their ability to give you the in-person experience that an online student might not always receive. There are in-person networking opportunities like iConverge, their annual event, and a plethora of other resources available. Their programs are truly online by design, making everyone feel like a part of their Illinois community. Scan the QR code on the screen to book a meeting or click the link in the chat to learn more.
Next up is the IMSM. This online degree is an affordable master's and can be completed in just 12 months. After that, this degree fully stacks right into the IMBA. And if you choose to do this, you'll already be halfway through the IMBA program. Performance-based admissions is also an option here, as well as customizable curriculum, allowing you to focus on the areas of management and business that truly interest you. If you're interested in the IMSM, please click the link in the chat or scan the QR code on your screen to book a meeting with the enrollment team.
Finally, we have the IMSA, consistently ranked at the top 3 graduate accounting programs in the US. Just like the other 2 online degrees from Gies, this program fosters a strong community. As 2025 IMSA graduate Dennis Harlow says, the wonderful thing about the University of Illinois and the Gies program is that they try to keep you together and connected with the school. We help each other. It is a very cohesive community. This degree does not require an accounting undergraduate degree. Applicants will just need to complete at least 2 courses in Principles of Accounting and 1 in Introduction to Finance. If you're missing either course, applicants can complete an open course on Coursera to demonstrate readiness. If you're interested in the 100% online IMSA program, click the link in the chat or scan the QR code on the screen to book a meeting with our enrollment team.
Up next, we have Dr. Krishna Aramilli from the Illinois Institute of Technology, who is here to discuss technology and business. He's here today representing their 100% online MBA, and he is the Associate Dean and a professor in the program himself. Dr. Aramilli, whenever you're ready.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Yes, thank you. Greetings, everyone. I'm a professor of strategy. I'm also associate dean and director of our online programs here at the Stewart School of Business at Illinois Tech. Many of you may not know that Illinois Tech or Illinois Institute of Technology has been around since 1889, about 135 years. And we started off as an engineering college, but then we have become a fairly multidisciplinary university. Um, the business school is one of 9 or 10 colleges on the campus, and like we are since we are part of the Illinois Institute of Technology. The Stewart School of Business has always had a very strong technology focus. In fact, our mission is to bridge business and technology. And so all our graduate programs, we have a ton of master's programs and the MBA, everything deals with technology and how uh, students can become successful in a very technology-driven world, and we focus very heavily on uh, companies, creating careers for you in companies where there is technology, a technology focus, and so everything that we do is all about preparing you for business and management careers in a technology-driven world. Um, I have been with Illinois Tech for 18 years now, and I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to lead our business analytics program back in 2022. And then I had the opportunity to lead the development of our online MBA with a very strong technology focus. Next slide, please. So this is why I would like to talk about uh, careers in this 21st century, fast changing global business environment that's very technology driven. My belief is that in the 21st century, the success formula for MBA students is biz plus tech equals CEO. When I went to MBA, when I went to my MBA program, technology was not a particularly hard subject. It was not discussed. It was probably buried in a course on operations and technology management. But really, that was not a major focus of the program at all. But over the years, the importance of technology has changed pretty dramatically. And today, technology has become a core competence for all MBA students. So because the success formula for today's CEOs is business savvy plus tech fluency. One of my favorite examples is Jeff Bezos, coming from a very strong technology background, but as a small company, Amazon totally disrupted the huge uh, brick and mortar bookstore retailing industry almost within almost overnight by creating this online bookstore that was first to the world and completely transformed the retail industry for books. And later, of course, he expanded that to sell everything. What it shows is Jeff Bezos is not only tech fluency, but also business savvy. Mary Barra is transforming a traditionally non-technology company, General Motors, into a company that is now producing electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles and completely transform that. Many other companies, whether tech or non-tech, have been leveraging technology to transform themselves into huge successes in the 21st century. So I believe sincerely that today's CEOs and therefore today's MBAs need to have a very good balance between business and technology. The critical skills for today's MBAs, in my view, tech fluency, obviously, data-driven decision making, strategic thinking, and innovation and entrepreneurial mindset. Because the environment has become really fast changing, very dynamic, and very uncertain and complex. You need an entrepreneurial mindset to be successful in this kind of an environment. And obviously, given the amount of change that is happening, especially in the last 20, 25 years, you've seen you have to be really good in change management or change leadership, as we call it. If you can, these are the skills that we try to deliver in our MBA program. Many of our MBA students have gone on to become really successful product managers, business analytics managers, AI, digital transformation leads, tech savvy management consultants, and so on. And we also have a very strong finance program. So many of them have chosen to go into fintech. So there are a lot of exciting careers for somebody with business acumen and strong understanding and appreciation of these emerging technologies. Some of the courses that we teach in our Coursera MBA include competitive strategy, which I teach. I also teach a course called Innovation and International Strategy. We also offer courses in AI in business, digital transformation, which is, by the way, digital transformation is a core course in our MBA program for both on campus and online. Predictive analytics is a huge course for us. We have a business analytics specialization in our online MBA, along with a specialization called business and technology. We also have courses like New Tech Ventures and a course which we are very, very proud of, which is transformational leadership in a tech-driven marketplace, which is taught by a top-ranking industry expert. So to conclude this little narration, I strongly believe that the future belongs to managers who don't simply use technology, who don't simply understand technology, but managers who actually lead with technology, like some of the examples I cited earlier on. I wish you all the best. And if you have any interest in our online MBA from Illinois Tech, please, I'll be happy to answer questions later in the panel discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aramili. The 100% online MBA from Illinois Tech is noted as one of the more affordable programs for its value in the nation. With a tech-focused curriculum and just $15,000 US total tuition, it's safe to say why learners are always excited about this program. Looking to save even more, Illinois Tech recognizes prior learning credit on Coursera, allowing students the potential to save another $1,250 US with courses taken using your Coursera Plus membership. To learn more about credit for prior learning and how you might be able to save, please click the link in the chat. The Fall A deadline is quickly approaching, so scan the QR code and book a meeting with us.
Now, last but certainly not least, we have Dr. Shelley Harrington from the University of Huddersfield, who is here to discuss soft skills in business. Tuning in all the way from England, she is here on behalf of the online MSc in Management degree. Dr. Harrington, whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Ada, and it's lovely to be here. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Dr. Shelley Harrington. I am the course leader for our online MSc management that we run in partnership with Coursera. I am the strategic lead for teaching and learning, which I know many American institutions would call that associate dean. And I'm also the director for teaching and learning for the business school here at Huddersfield. And for those of you thinking, where is Huddersfield in England? We are located about 20 minutes from Manchester, and I know normally that's people are very familiar with where Manchester is due to the famous sports teams in the city. And I'm joining you actually from Manchester today. That's where I live. So within the University of Huddersfield, I look after our business school and our law school, and I am really focused on our executive education programs. So I do a lot of work with small business owners on some of this stuff that I'm going to talk to you about in terms of those soft skills. On our Coursera course, I am the leader of strategic management, so I deliver on that module. And it's been really interesting to hear the other keynote speakers talk about strategic thinking and the role AI is playing. We're going to touch a little bit more on that when we talk about soft skills. Okay, so next slide, please. What I wanted to do is really focus on some of these soft skills that are fundamentally important to actually achieving success if you are thinking about doing a master's in business. I want to tune in particular to emotional intelligence, which is a key trend, but also thinking more broadly about the essential skills that you're likely to need for your future career. So there's lots of you thinking about undertaking a master's in business, and actually being aware of some of these soft skills now will really help you to develop them if you decide to then undertake a course on Coursera. So let's start with emotional intelligence, which some of you may have heard of. This might be a new term for you. Essentially, it's the ability to understand other people's emotions, to manage your own emotions. It was first introduced back in the 1990s. It was popularized by a psychologist called Daniel Goleman, who essentially brought it to the mainstream management literature. So there's lots of really cool textbooks on emotional intelligence. It involves 4 different areas. I'm going to quickly run through those, and then we'll think about why it really matters. And I've got some quite interesting statistics in this area. So the first area is self-awareness. So this is your own ability to recognize your own emotions. There was a famous philosopher once said, the greatest of faults is to be conscious of none. So we have to show good levels of self-awareness. We have to know our strengths. We have to know where our potential points of weakness might be. The second area is self-management. So can you use your emotions to guide positive behavior in the workplace, for example? So if you're having a really, really bad day, something's really annoyed you, are you able to emotionally regulate, stay professional, or are you someone that's going to make everyone else around you very much aware that you're having a bad day? Okay, so can you manage your response? And in lots of different industries, actually, even if we think about servers, waiters in a restaurant, there's a lot of emotional labor taking place. They might be having an interaction with a rude customer, and they have to be able to emotionally regulate and handle that situation in a professional manner. The next aspect of emotional intelligence is social awareness. So picking up on the emotions of others, your teammates, those people you're working with. It's also called empathy. Are you able to put yourself in their shoes and understand how they're feeling? And you'll find with all of these online masters that we're promoting today, that actually you're working with a really diverse global audience. So it's really important that you can build relationships and get to know other people on your course. And that links to the final aspect of emotional intelligence, which is relationship management. So how do you create a collaborative environment? How do you handle interactions with others? Now, Goleman, who is a psychologist in this area, found that the most effective leaders in today's business environment share one thing: high levels of emotional intelligence. So IQ, technical skills, they absolutely matter, of course, but they're baseline, okay? They're kind of the essentials needed. Emotional intelligence will help you to stand out, okay? It's been shown to be the strongest predictor of performance. So out of 34 workplace skills, emotional intelligence was the strongest predictor of performance. And I thought an interesting statistic, if you're anything like our students, they are interested in salaries, that actually on average, research shows that people who have high emotional intelligence earn on average $29,000 more per year. And my final statistic for emotional intelligence is that by the year 2030, the demand for emotional skills is expected to grow by 26%, because these are some of the capabilities that artificial intelligence can't replicate. So let's get ahead of this. So on our course that we run on Coursera, we spend some time testing emotional intelligence. The good news is that if you are low on emotional intelligence, you can improve it. There's things we can do in that area. In terms of other soft skills, we have a focus on developing your written, your verbal, and your visual skills. And something we really promote is criticality. So how critical can you be in your writing and in your communication with others? And sometimes that means viewing things from the perspective of other people, being really aware of debates within your field. So they're all things that we would really promote during our courses. You have to be able to communicate your ideas clearly. And like I said, you would be joining a global cohort of students. And actually that's great because it brings a really rich mix of ideas and experience, and it helps to sharpen your analytical thinking skills from day one. Finally, I wanted to talk about project management, which I know some of other keynote speakers have spoken about. And this is another critical skill, and one that we specifically here at Huddersfield tune into. We have a separate module on project management. So even in a world of AI, where project management still remains a top priority. So AI can handle the data, it can automate tasks, but really we need to promote that human judgment, that strategic decision-making and thinking. So we want to create future project managers and leaders who can drive results. So it's a focus on emotional intelligence, communication, project management to drive a focus here throughout everything that we do. Thank you for listening. And I think we're going to hear a bit more about the course that we run at Huddersfield.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harrington. The MSc in Management degree comes to you from the University of Huddersfield, which was ranked School of the Year by Times Higher Education Awards. This online degree allows for performance-based admissions and equips students with the mindset and adaptability needed to drive teams and organizations, even without previous management experience. As a reminder, performance-based admissions helps you skip the traditional application process and lets your initial course performance pave the way to admission. Even better, this program does not require a bachelor's or associate's degree. Flexible study over 24 months and top educators make this program ideal for the busy working adult looking to advance their careers. To learn more about this program, click the link in the chat or scan the QR code on the screen to book a meeting with our enrollment team.
A big thank you to our keynote speakers for sharing their expertise about these industry topics. Before we close out, we'd like to welcome you all back one more time for our panel discussion. Okay, let's get started. Today has been all about the value of higher education in the business world. So, in your opinion, what is the value of higher education in the various fields we've discussed today? Dr. Brunner, let's start with you.
What a great question. Very relevant to this audience as well. I think listening to my colleagues in this webinar gave a lot of good insights already. I was chuckling to myself when Dr. Harrington was talking because I have Coleman's book on my shelf. And I fully agree with that assessment. It is very important and a great skill to have to stand out. But from my perspective, if I have to summarize, I think the value of higher education, particularly a master's degree with exposure to fields like AI and other technologies, is absolutely immense. First, it provides deep, structured knowledge that goes far beyond what one might get from reading some online articles or doing some short courses. It equips students with a foundational understanding of complex concepts like quantum entanglement or generative AI, which is crucial for truly understanding their strategic implications. And second, it fosters critical thinking and analytical rigor. These fields are rapidly evolving, often with significant ethical and societal considerations. Higher education teaches students how to evaluate complex information, identify biases, and make informed decisions in ambiguous environments. This is not just about what to think, but how to think. And third, a master's degree signals dedication and advanced skill sets to employers. As the job market for these emerging technologies becomes increasingly competitive, a graduate degree demonstrates a commitment to mastering complex domains and positions individuals for leadership roles, as we saw from Dr. Aramili. It's about developing those skills to bridge the gap between technology and strategy, which is a significant talent gap in many industries right now. And finally, it provides invaluable networking opportunities with faculty, peers, and industry leaders. And that's something that just can't be understated in the complex world that we work and live in.
Sarah, can I jump in for just a
Please.
second?
Absolutely. Please.
Dr. Brunner gave a fantastic summation of the value of higher education, especially in business and management. I would like to share with you a recent a survey of corporate recruiters done by the Graduate Management Admission Council. They do this every year, and they asked I think about almost 1,100 corporate recruiters and hiring managers from across the world this particular question, or ask them whether you agree with this particular statement. The skills gained through a graduate business degree are more important than before. More important than before because businesses are adopting new technologies that require business acumen, like AI, blockchain, Internet of Things, etc. And guess what? Two-thirds of those who surveyed, fully 67% of these respondents agreed with that statement. So they are this is a business degree in a fast changing global business environment, a technology driven business environment, is going to be exceedingly valuable in terms of getting hired and in terms of getting promoted.
Thank you both for such valuable insight. Dr. Aramili, let's see if you don't mind answering the next question. How do the courses that you teach reflect industry trends?
Well, I just talked about in my presentation about trends like data analytics, being tech savvy, understanding digital transformation. Some of these trends have been around for a while now, and are gaining strength, and MBA students today absolutely need those kinds of skills. And so we have what we normally do, the way we develop our courses and our program is to first study industry trends and then work backwards with the help of industry executives and leaders on what type of courses we have to offer. One of the courses we decided to offer as part of our core curriculum is digital transformation, and that came from one of our alums who has built a huge technology-based business. And one day he came in and he was complaining that he goes into these CEO offices and the CEOs don't know anything about AI or blockchain or IoT or anything about digital transformation. And he said, "What the hell are you guys doing? Don't you go back and come up with courses that our MBA students need to know so that it'll make my jobs easier." So that is how we started the course in digital transformation. And then we looked for an absolute expert in that area. And we found a faculty member who had extensive experience in digital transformation consulting and now works for an edtech company. And she is the one who developed the course and is teaching it. So that is just a little example of how we go about developing courses that align with the industry trends.
I love that. That's so wonderful. Dr. Harrington, did you have anything that you would like to add? It looked like you were getting ready to say something.
I was thinking, shall I raise my hand? Thanks, Sarah.
Please do.
You just add to that we have an advisory board that we work with. They're a collection of 15 business owners, entrepreneurs, who we run our module content by, and it is very much the business trends come first, and then we design our courses. And I think in addition, with these online programs that we offer, we are updating and refreshing the content on a yearly basis. So it's actually always staying really up to date. And the live sessions that you have really allow us to draw on what is happening at the current time. Let's have that discussion and let's think how we can apply theory to those situations, which, as both Professor O'Malley and Dr. Brunner have said, it's fast changing out there. So those live sessions allow us to see what's happening and then have a great discussion about it.
That's a great insight, Dr. Harrington, and like to keep your finger on the pulse of like what's happening in your students' lives professionally. I think that that's really wonderful. I would love to ask the next question, and Dr. Harrington, since you're already off mute, I'm gonna popcorn this one over to you to begin with. So what we would also like to discuss are maybe some career resources that are available for students while they're pursuing their education online. I know that's a common question.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Sarah. I think it's really important to remember that you might be an online student of ours, but you have access to exactly the same resources as our students who are on campus. So we have careers and employability consultants who will meet with you one-on-one online. They do 1-hour appointments as many times as you like to look at your CV, to do mock job interviews, to give you that career guidance if you have no clue about the direction you want to go in. I know that can happen a lot. We also have a really unique tool that you'll have access to, which is called the Graduate Career Explorer. It's a global tool, and it enables you to filter different countries, different industries, to see jobs, to see salaries. It's a really cool tool that we've just bought in the last few months, and it's really great. So it's all that kind of mentoring, but I think underpinning it, and I'm sure this is the case throughout the other courses too, employability is at the heart of what we're designing here. So it's skills are at the forefront of the content being delivered. So lots of our students will ask for a promotion at work following the course because they know they've gained some extra skills. So I think that's probably what I would say, Sarah.
I love it. And then I just noticed that we had a question from the Q&A section that Victoria has added to our chat here. So similarly, a question for Katya in the audience. After completing a master's degree, how can I communicate to my employer that I want more or different responsibility? And how do you guys ask for a raise? Do you have any advice for that? Any of our panel?
We're all sat here thinking we should probably ask for a raise. We last asked for one. I think it's about keeping a record of the new skills that you're developing throughout your masters. Complete it, get the grade, show that kind of willingness that you've taken this initiative to personally grow. And then having that honest conversation with your line manager about the fact that you've worked really hard. This is what you would like to do in future, but that's a higher grade than you currently are. Can we have a discussion about promotion opportunities? Because people want to invest in good people. They do. You want to invest in good people. You want to keep good people. So I think there's an honesty in showing them that you're committed to staying with a company and looking for new responsibilities.
I would like to close it off, if I may, for Dr. Brunner. Quick question to piggyback on the topic, right? On how to present yourself and prepare yourself for success. What advice would you give a prospective master's degree student right now?
Well, I guess that's a very timely question. Given this audience, the first thing is apply. I mean, there's no better time than the present. It's not like the world's going to get any easier. It's these technologies are out there, and you just got to go. But I guess there's probably three things I would think about. One is you want to be intentionally curious and future oriented. Particularly, I mean, just following Dr. Harrington's response to that last question. Your work wants to retain you. They want you to improve, particularly if they're investing in you. And so, you need to look to the future and say, okay, well, in a few years, I'm going to have this degree. Where am I going to want to go? What am I going to want to do? And so that's really getting that knowledge, but developing that mindset to continuously learn, because it's just going to keep coming. Technologies and what they're doing are just going to keep coming. Second thing is cultivate a growth mindset and embrace interdisciplinarity. We're talking about a business degree, but we're also talking about technology in that business degree. And as Dr. Harrington mentioned, making sure that you're in touch with your emotions and those of others. You don't need to be a coding prodigy to really thrive in these programs. What you need is a willingness to learn and engage and collaborate with others. The most impactful innovations happen at intersections of fields. So you need to be able to challenge your own assumptions and learn from others. And third is network strategically and authentically. Your peers in classes, your professors, the alumni network are valuable resources. So build connections. We give group work, and that's a great chance to really start to get to know some of your fellow students. Know your professor, talk to your professor, talk to others. Any chance you get, whether it's staff in the program or alumni, take it. We have engagement events with our alumni. Once I Converge, we bring alumni and students to campus to be able to network if they want. We have network events around the world. Take advantage of that, because the future of business is collaborative, and your network is one of your greatest assets.
In closing, Dr. Aramili or Dr. Harrington, anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I just want to add that I mean, everything Dr. Brunner mentioned is absolutely relevant and great advice. My only thought is to add one point. Too often I find that our MBA students are thinking about grades and beefing up their GPA, but when you talk to our recruiters, they are much more interested in what skills have you learned, not grades, not the GPA. They don't hire on GPA. So the best advice I can give to prospective master's students in business is to focus on the skills, learning the skills, rather than worrying about grades and GPA. Obviously, that is important. I'm not discounting grades. But the focus should be on skills, learning the skills that make you valuable in the marketplace in this kind of a 21st century, fast-changing global business environment that we are find ourselves in. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to give a big thank you to all of our university representatives we had joining us here today. All of these programs are actively recruiting for their next cohort and are eager to review an application from learners like you. We're just over time, so we want to take a minute to thank you once again for your time today. We wish you the best of luck on your learning journey and encourage you to check out the degree pages to learn more about how you can level up your career with a business and master's degree.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye.
Till next time.
Everyone.
Bye.